Hi everybody, we're out at Smithills doing a nice snowy spooky paranormal for you tonight guys. So we're going to do a circular run of just a little bit more of the Smithills Woods area. So we've got the hall right behind me here. We're going to walk down to the Smithills Coaching House area where they used to stable the horses and keep the carriages and stuff like that, and it is a haunted area. There has been a horseman seen down there on a couple of occasions. We're going to go through the orchard and we're going to come back over the haunted bridge and we're going to stop there and do a little vigil, and then we're going to make our way back here. So there's some dickheads messing around in the snow actually, so I think we'll go reverse the route and we'll go over the bridge first. So we'll go this way. It's very lonely here. Are you very lonely here? Talk to us and tell us why you're lonely. Did you live here? Are you lonely because it's a snowy night? Is this one of the ladies that used to be attached to the bower room at Smithills Hall? There are two ladies. One is Lady Isabella and the other lady is 200 years later, the Lady Isabella, and both of them have been seen haunting this courtyard and the bower room on separate occasions, and it's like the two spirits from two different eras, yet they don't seem to cross paths with one another, but people have seen them. There's dickheads over there. Fucking sorry for swearing guys, but one thing I cannot abide is dickheads in the snow, like with cars like that. 20, is that your age? 20? Let's take a walk over here then. Is it Lady Isabella? Or is it one of the other ladies that reside here? Please come forward and make yourself known. We're going to go down onto the bridge guys and head towards the coaching house because we did want this to be more of a coaching house investigation tonight. But since there's some lunatic churning up the snow with his flipping car who doesn't know how to drive, we have to change the plot a little bit. Go over there and yeah, you know what I'm going to say. I'd better not play those games. Much as they annoy me, you can't do nothing with them. The brainless gits is what they are. Brainless gits. Alright, let's go down to the bridge. So this would have been the path down from the hall. Oh, my ashes are here!
Oh, brilliant.
Somebody must have had their ashes sprinkled here. What's your name, please? Who are you? Whose ashes are sprinkled here? I know there's a bench up there with someone's name on. Perhaps that's the person.
Yeah, there is, yeah.
Attached to that then. So some people have their ashes scattered because they just love this place. So maybe that was the person who said they were lonely here. Maybe they come back in visitation and there's like nobody around, especially around the snow and that. Let's have a walk down to the bridge anyway. So this is the path that would have taken. There's a light flashing on and off again in the hall, but I think they're just
Sicky.
Robinson, we've got a name.
Robinson? That's interesting.
Shall we go and check that bench and see if the name is Robinson? That would be interesting if it is.
Yeah.
So I'll walk back up then.
Yeah.
Let's see what we know. We go this way. Or the other bench because...
Yeah, but it's interesting, so no.
That bench is
Chamberlain. Is it?
So there is a light flashing and you're just talking about the bower room, but am I guessing it's just a security light?
Yeah, it's probably just secured.
That's the Friends of Smithills Hall.
Alright.
I think that lunatic's gone now with the car, so we'll go on original
Go on, have a look.
orchard and come back to the bridge.
Yeah.
Okay, so if there are any spirit people present who would like to come forward and speak to us.
Excuse me.
I'm Andy. No, I'm not.
No, you're not. No, I'm
I'm Alison and this is my husband, Andy.
Oh, you want to be me for the evening?
You know what it is, we had a little bit too much snow last night up on the tops there. We was like buried in it, weren't we, by the time we finished that shoot? And that apparition never come forward.
Well,
we was like...
I don't think we'd have seen it even if it had.
Did you see an apparition in the Snow White?
I don't think we'd have seen it anyway.
But we did see some footprints, but they weren't Yeti ones.
Oh,
they
yeah.
were just like props ones, weren't
I
they?
presume they were.
Someone's coming. Really? Who?
Who?
Which way? I'm check around see if somebody's coming because you know who's coming? Is someone connected to this hall? Who is it who's coming? Be interesting if someone does walk along, won't it? Like an ordinary human being. But they weren't ordinary human beings.
No, they were Neanderthals.
They were just exactly Neanderthals.
Heads.
Alright, let's head right down it. So this is the path they would have taken. There's two paths, there's this one and the other one. They both lead to the same bridge, which leads to the coaching house. It used to be the coaching house. Then it was the coaching house restaurant for many, many years. And now it's private properties, so we can't get in there, but we can still go on the outside of it. And so we'll walk up to the coaching house first. And then we're going to come back to the bridge. So I'll do the paranormal around the coaching house and the horseman area. And then Ali's going to conduct his paranormal on the bridge when we come
It's a
back.
shame my mug not being on the camera, innit?
Yeah, well...
Maybe that's why.
If I give... I lost an arm?
Lost an arm?
Who lost an arm?
How did you lose your arm?
Yeah, how did you lose your arm?
I mean...
See, this is when you get like random things like this and you're trying to piece it together like
I
a
think
puzzle.
sometimes that is
Is
the
it the
case.
same person or is it different ones? Is the person who lost their arm the one who's on the ashes scattered or is it a different person?
I just wonder sometimes whether you get people just passing through and it's random words.
Yeah, it could
You know,
be.
just
Like,
trying to...
spirits just jumping in and out.
Yeah,
Because I know in the past when
Yeah.
we've talked to psychic people.
yeah. Francis.
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 I
Francis
don't know whether we should
Robinson.
just stop and...
Oh, do you want to have a...
Because it's pretty well lit here,
Go
and it
over
was the
this
snow
bridge.
and everything. Yeah, this is the bridge leading to the coaching house.
I mean, it doesn't matter if we vary off from what we
it
planned on
doing.
doing.
Try and get the pentacle lit anyway.
Yeah, I can do. Yeah, it'll go on here.
Let me set up some lighting,
Ah,
and then I'll get the pentacle out of the bag, and
Yeah.
then I'll hand over to you, and you can try and light it.
ah.
But up there is the coaching house, which it used to be a restaurant that's got. Oh, there's two of
There's
us.
two of us. Good.
Okay, so there's two spirit people here. Would you like to speak to us, please?
I think I've had this on me here before. Though
And let us
two
know,
of us and stuff like that.
Who you are, and you know.
I think we've had this before.
What, two of us?
Maybe two of us. There were two of
because
us.
we did do this
Because
bridge.
there might have been two people who something happened on this bridge.
Oh,
the
the torch,
reason.
the bike lights over there as well.
Yeah.
And then now we've got like...
But yeah, we've had this before.
Yeah, that's interesting because I heard that... Do you know what this is?
This bridge.
Two people and suicide.
Yeah.
I know exactly what this is.
Yeah.
It's the couple. I think it was the girl lived at the house and she fell in love with one of the stable boys,
Yeah.
and they used to meet on this bridge, and
Yeah.
the family tried to separate them up.
Yeah.
And one of them, I don't know which one, jumped into
But
that ravine
I
down
think
there,
we've
so
had
that's
this.
innit?
We've had this story
Well, we
come
got
through
Francis.
before.
So one
don't
of them's
know-
obviously called Francis.
Yeah, I don't know what names came through, but
Yeah.
I know we had this story before. Basically, all this story.
It's the same couple
Yeah.
in it, because you
Yeah.
know the menus across there, when it used to be a restaurant, it used to have the story printed on the back,
Yeah.
and it used to say that one of the ladies of this house, her voice.
Her voice.
So maybe
So we-
when we get set up, we might need to run the EVP.
Yeah, I'll try it. Yeah.
We're just getting us as much lighting as possible, and then we can stop and do our paranormal then.
Ooh, going all red.
Yeah, well, so that sounds like the couple, and I always wondered if that story was absolutely true or not, but seems like it is, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right, so what I'm going to do, I'll take that torch off you, you take the spirit talker. I'm going to just set up the pentacle, see if we can get it lit, because it is snowing a bit out here
Yeah.
tonight. And
I'll
then
try
we'll
it.
start making communications. So if you just
Yeah.
want to film around while I get the stuff out.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit of the stuff, your experiences at Smithills, because you've had your own experiences of
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Just hang on.
That's the hall. It's lit up now.
Wait up for Cedric, always comes with us.
The lights just slipped, but I don't think that's paranormal. I think that's snow. Yeah, I mean,
We'll get the candles out on the side, and then
yeah.
I'll set this up, and then you can try and get it lit. So we've got the-
I mean, I've got quite a lot around here. I mean, some of them I can't really remember, especially when we've been doing this. Well, a lot. I think we did this method, and it was a shame we couldn't get it on to film it, but yeah, it was interesting to say the least. Yeah, I mean, definitely. Who's that? What was that? Have a look what just come through then. I can't remember to see what come through. C.
Have you got?
Her voice and C.
So maybe we focus on these two tonight,
C.
because how do we know? Maybe it was a snowy night when one of them jumped off
yeah,
the
I
board.
mean, was it an accident or was it on purpose or what?
Alright, so what we're setting up here
You mean you don't know?
this is our pentacle to bring spirit forward.
Yeah.
So we've got earth, air, fire when we light the candles.
You
Water
see
we've
it
got
better
down
when we
there in
light
the
the
stream.
candles up, yeah.
Yeah, when I've lit it
Yeah,
all up
yeah.
and stuff. There's a mirror in the middle, because the Victorians, like we told you before, use mirrors a lot to catch spirit.
Yeah.
So we're going to light this, and we're going to use the mirror as like a portal to see if we can get anybody coming through.
Yeah.
And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to hand over to Andy, and I'm going to take the camera, and then we'll start conducting this investigation. And I think we will focus on those two people that keep sort of coming through.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you like the pentacle, the skull of Uncle Cedric is down there. The skull of Uncle Cedric. Right, let's have a walk about and see if we can get pick up a torch and give you guys better lighting. Let's see if get any orbs coming forward, because you know this bridge, it was a busy bridge. The coaching house is right over there, you can just see lights twinkling. That is the actual coaching house itself, but it's now been converted into private properties, so there's a lot of alarms and dogs and stuff like that, so we don't like to get too close to it. This is the bridge connecting to the hall. Now, the girl from the hall, the lady from the hall...
You will not believe what's just come through.
Go on, what's come through?
What if I just lit that? What we're going to do, a sort of ritual.
Like a seance, like a scrying.
The last word that come through, ritual.
Really? So somebody's definitely with us then. Somebody is making sense.
I'm going to wait to see if anybody...
Yeah.
You want to come through? Can you stand by and move to the side? Stand by me.
This is scrying, guys.
You obviously knew what we were going to do. That's amazing that you just said ritual.
Who's here, please? Can you give us your names? We've got Francis. Is there anyone else?
Creepy.
Creepy? But it's just a pagan white witch ritual. It isn't creepy.
It is a bit when I'm looking in the mirror and asking for somebody to come at the side of me. Yeah, it is a bit. Can you put any of these candles out? Use a bit of my energy if you want to, not have all of it. You're okay using a bit of the energy if you want to use the mirror. And stand back and show yourself at the side of me. Promise not to jump.
So this is scrying, guys. This is an ancient method where somebody will scry into a mirror, or back in the old days they used to use a bowl of water and just put ink in it and make it black. And they could do all sorts of different things, scrying, like see into the future or communicate with spirit. You know, somebody's face can come through and then you can see who we're like communicating with. If they wish to, they can come through that mirror. I think while Andy's doing that, I'm going to get the EVP out and we'll start recording and see if we pick up any voices whilst we're...
Darkness.
What did it say?
Darkness. Darkness.
Right.
I think what I might do, I might put it.
Have you got the... Oh, have you got it? It's here, I think. But you might have it. Yeah, I thought you might have it from last night, to be honest.
Hear us whisper.
Yeah, well, if we run this, you'll be able to talk into it, and then we'll be able to pick you up. So, so this creepy bridge, the coaching house is at one end where they kept the horses, the carriages, and a grey horseman has been seen on 2 occasions on that lane. One was a taxi driver who actually witnessed it, and he refused to come back up here again after that. So this horseman does go up and down on a horseback from the lane onto the bridge into the coaching house, and further down there are some steps where they can get on and off. But since there's some lunatic doing flipping 8-point turns in the snow at the minute, we ain't going to head down there. We're going to stay up here where it's safe.
Okay, I'll put that in the middle of there. To come through and talk to us from the camera. Speak to us on the camera through that device I've got in my pocket here. If you want to talk through them red lights. I'm very good at the moment. I'm not doing good stuff. Who are you? What's your name? Regina. That's something like
Did we not get this before, the same name? Because I remember thinking it's like Italian or something.
That's like, you know, Elizabeth's Regina.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure we got something along them lines. We'll have to look back on the last time we filmed Smithills.
Oh, okay.
Maybe like Queen Victoria or even Queen Elizabeth I.
Which queen are you on about? Are you talking about which period of time of the queen?
Because this place goes back to Elizabeth I, doesn't even beyond that before.
That's it.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be Elizabeth I. I'm sure they used that name when it was her.
Is it Elizabeth?
Because the medieval section to the hall is just back there. We're practically stood in front of it.
Elizabeth. Hear your voice through this device.
I don't think it'll be actual Queen because she never came to this hall.
No.
But it could be someone from that era.
It's that, you know. That's
I'll show you the pentacle, guys. This is the scrying.
Yeah.
So what we've done is the pentacle, the 5 candles represent earth, air, fire, water, spirit. The EVP recorder in the middle. And the mirror so that we can look into it. Alright, you can see the camera. But if we scry into that and we ask spirit to come forward, it's possible to see a face. That mist going by is my breath coming out. It's not spirits or anything. But so that's how we do the scrying sessions. Andy's listening back to the EVP recorder to see if we have Ava?
Ava again.
She must have been connected to Smithills estate. She must have been connected to Smithills estate because we picked her up on the tops last night on the Winter Hill mast episode where we were in the snow. Maybe she was connected to the Scotchman's murder. We always assumed it was a man, but what if it was a woman, or what if the woman found the body? This is piecing together from last night's investigation, guys, when we were up on Winter Hill at Scotchman's stump murder site. The name Ava came up there as well, so what if Ava found the body? Somebody must have found him. We keep looking this way because it's dark, and if we can pick up any spirit people walking towards us, we're likely to see an orb. But that's the light there in the top right. Because of street lighting. And that's the hall in the background up there. We're going into that hall on an overnight vigil in March, guys, so we'll be able to do... Yeah. So if there are any spirit people who would like to come forward and talk to us or make yourself seen on this camera, we will be very happy to say hello and make our acquaintance. I'm Alison. please walk down the path from the coaching house. And if you're one of the boy-girl lovers that used to meet on this bridge, please come forward and make yourself known. Let me see you. Come towards the bridge now and meet each other. It's perfectly safe now. Andy's gone up there listening to the EVP, so maybe he's picked something else up. Oh, did you see something? Well, you know, people do see shadows a lot up at Smithills just going by. It's what renowned for it, this hall. Yeah, maybe. I didn't see anyone, but...
Where's my body? Nobody there.
Is that what it said? Where's my body?
Where's my body?
No, what if that's the Scotsman?
Justin.
It was conjured.
Inspire. I got after Ava. Inspire. Where's my body? And this one says it was conjured. Yeah, well.
See, we don't even know what era these people are coming from because
But
they
I do remember. I did that ritual up there, didn't I?
Yeah, you did with this pentacle as well.
I did ancient time.
Oh right, maybe. Okay, so maybe when you did the pentacle ritual at the Celtic Cross, something's come forward.
I did that.
Yeah, you did.
At the Celtic Cross.
Yeah, that's right, you did with this very pentacle that we've got here.
Impaled.
Yeah.
Impaled. Were you accused of something? It was conjured. Ancient sign. Impaled. I just wonder, was this person accused of something?
Witchcraft, maybe.
Is this Ava who was accused of witchcraft?
Maybe that's why she's coming to us, because it's twice, isn't it now?
That's why I trust you.
Yes, you did last night.
And there was a couple of other things that were like thanking us.
Yeah, maybe she's a witch then. But do you not remember?
We've had it up.
The child wants help.
The child wants help.
Do you not remember when we were doing, was it Critterwoods? And we got I Am a Witch as well there.
We got that, and it got spells, and it got something about books.
So maybe we've got a witch that's protected us, like, you know, someone we don't know. I mean, alright, we know our regular witches, don't we, from Pendle, but what if there's others that are coming towards us?
To find out anything about here.
Any witchcraft?
I mean,
yeah, it would.
I mean, but they said ancient times, but...
Yeah, but you could be going back to like the 1200s, because this place goes back to 1200s.
Well, then again, it might not be... We.
Is there more than one?
Yeah.
Are you witches that are trying to make yourself known to us? Come and join us. Come and join the witches we already have here of the spirit guides.
They might not necessarily be... I mean, we always presume that they're going to be old ones, aren't older.
Oh no, witches come in all shapes and sizes and forms. Male witches, everything.
What I mean
you know,
is, we always presume...
Look at James Device. He was 20. He was a witch.
We're going to presume that they're going to be from like 200 years ago. Why
No.
not from 30 years ago?
It's been the oldest religion ever, witchcraft.
Why not from 50 years ago?
Well, yeah, recent witches, you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily mean it. You know,
No, it doesn't, does it? Like Dorian Valiant and people like that, Joel Gardner, recent people.
I think we're going to have to keep an eye, keep something that...
Sacred ground.
Sacred ground.
It sounds like old rites and things like that, doesn't it?
Something.
Did you used to perform witchcraft somewhere?
On a sacred ground.
Can you tell us please the location?
Yes, it's me.
Hello Eva. Nice to meet you, nice to make your acquaintance. I know you've come through a couple of times now, and although we've never met, it's wonderful that you're coming through.
I worked here.
Did you just knock then?
No, I just stepped from side to side. Yeah, but don't forget the snow's melting out of the trees.
Yeah. I worked here.
Did you work at Smithills Hall or Smithills Coaching House?
What did you work? Did you work at the house, or did you work at the coaching house? Or what it used to be, stables? What was your job? Mood.
Mood.
Mood. Were you prone to mood swing? You know,
I'm sure the EMF was flashing then. Where is it? I'm sure I saw some lights flashing on that then.
Don't go down there. I was just walking towards here, wasn't I?
Yeah, you know why? Because that's where whoever it was jumped. I don't know if it was the guy or the girl that jumped. But there was one suicide.
Don't worry, I'm not going to go down.
She thinks she's going to jump because that was the point where the one of the lovers jumped off because they weren't allowed to be together anymore.
Yeah, don't worry, I'm not going to...
I don't really know the moral to that story, but he had it printed on the menus back there, and
I'm not going to...
They got caught out, and one of them did jump off this bridge.
Yeah, it's nice talking to you.
Yeah, it is.
It's nice talking, but if it was you, Ava, are you going to carry on following us around? Are you going to let us know every time you're with us?
Yeah, that would be nice to know who she really is, wouldn't it?
That would be nice, it'd be nice. But any chance you can give us your last name, and then we may be able to find out a bit more about you through records and things like that. Lucille.
Lucille, I wonder if that's the girl who was meeting the boy on the bridge. What's your last name, Lucille? I'm sure there is a Lucille on the family tree in there, you know, but we'll have to look at it when we go in.
So, can you give me your last name and what happened and why you're still here? I hope this doesn't sound disrespectful, but you know you're dead. Why haven't you moved on? What's stopping you?
That's not an orb, guys, it's a lamp.
What's stopping you from moving on?
I think it's that tragedy thing, isn't it? That they're reenacting it because it's traumatic.
Yeah. But you don't need to. You don't need to. I mean, I know it's probably a horrendous thing.
They're probably still meeting on this bridge.
Senses.
They're probably still meeting on this bridge. Lucille, if you're here, come and show yourself in this mirror. You're going to look into it now. We're going to look into it now. Come and show your face right here. Let's see your face. Let's see your eyes. Come through. This is your place to make yourself known. The power of earth, air, fire, water spirits will bring the spirits of Lucille forward in this mirror, and we will be able to communicate as one person does to another. So might it be. I'll just give it a minute and see if, you know, perhaps you watching at home, guys, might be able to pick out a face or something coming through. I find you filming it, it's a small screen, but when you get connected up to a bigger screen, that's when you see things more clearly. So this is an ancient scrying method, which we like to use. We like to use all the methods available for paranormal. Smith. Well, there would have been like Smiths working here. Blacksmiths shoed the horses, didn't they? Maybe the lad was a blacksmith.
Oh, was he? Yeah.
Because that was the coaching house and he worked over there. So maybe he was a blacksmith and maybe the girl is Lucille from the hall. It was literally an innocent thing. She just was a young girl of the hall, like probably sort of 16, 17. Used to love horse riding and befriended him. And then they became, you know, boyfriend, girlfriend. It wasn't allowed because she came from a family of money and he was a smith. Yeah, there was that. I noticed coming down. They put some out in the road because I think of the snow and stuff. I think there was a hole in the road or something. So yeah, back in those days.
Floating.
That sounds a bit like a spirit, doesn't it? If you're floating, come and float towards the camera. See if we can see you.
Are you? Anybody
Show
you're
yourself.
talking to at this moment, are you going to let yourself know when we go in the hall? We're going to be going in there in a few months' time.
Yeah, we're going to do it overnight.
Let us know that you're there. Because it's been really good. You've come up with a lot of stuff, a lot of relevant stuff.
I think it's Lucille and the Smith, the boy who's a blacksmith, meeting on the bridge, and one of them, but which one I don't know, went over.
Obviously, people haven't been too happy.
because back then gentry had to marry gentry. They weren't allowed to marry common people. There was like all the movies that you see showing like in England in that era, like Downton Abbey and all that. That's exactly what it was like.
If you can, use use some of my energy to show yourself on that camera. A ball of light.
Come forward.
A flash of light, if you can.
Come and walk towards us now.
Salt.
Well, that's a protection salt, isn't it? But I don't think we've got any with us tonight. We only take that when we're doing witchcraft rituals. This is scrying. This is not a full witchcraft ritual.
No.
This is just a ritual to bring spirit forward. We will be doing a full witchcraft ritual when we go up to Pendle Hill pretty soon.
Planning.
What were you planning? Were you planning to elope? Were you going to go up to Gretna Green and get married?
I'll just tell people the reason I'm not leaning over doing the scrying as I would normally do, because I'd probably
set your beard on fire.
Which,
then you would look like Lucifer himself, wouldn't you, if you could your beard a flame? But it would keep people off this bridge. That would work. Who needs a burglar alarm when you've got Andy, guys? Don't forget the skull of Great Uncle Cedric is over there if you want to make a use of him. He's just collecting snow there. This is our Great Uncle Cedric.
Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him well, you know, Horatio.
Go on, Andy. Get the Shakespeare out of your system. I might have a little walk up here towards the, in the dark, guys. It's going to be dark for a few minutes while we walk towards the coaching house. And if there's no people about parking cars and what have you, I'll show you the front of it. Still a Tudor building. And like I said, it used to be a restaurant for many, many years because we've had loads of great New Year's Eve parties up here. Then, what usually happens today, the council come along and sell it and builders take it and make these lovely exclusive deluxe penthouse flats, which, you know, I'm really, really disgruntled about because it is a listed building at the end of the day. And you get these people, but you know, alright, not everyone, I know a lot of people respect these places, I get it, but these kind of buildings should be open to everybody. You know, they're not meant to be sold to modern planners and builders and what have you. That's the entrance to it there. That would have been where the coaches would have gone in, and they would have dismounted the horses. Stables, you know, there's a field at the back where they would have exercised the horses. They used to have 4 carriages. Those carriages are now in the museum in Bolton town centre. But they were the carriages which belonged to the family, the Ainsworth family of this hall. And I think we've talked about this Ainsworth family many times now. It's the Ainsworths bought this hall in the 1800, roughly 1800. They were bleachers and dyers, and they had their own factory at the other side of Winter Hill, and they made a lot of money bleaching and dyeing silks, you know, for the fancy dresses and things that women would wear back in the Victorian era. So they made their fortune and they expanded onto this, you know, the sort of Victorian section from 1800, and I think they stopped building it about, let me think, probably about 1850, something like that. And the last person to own this hall gambled it away in London, the turn of a card, and lost the entire hall, and it became the property then of the council museum. Go on, what have you seen? Seen something? What have you seen?
That window up there.
Yeah.
Something has just walked past.
Really?
Attached.
Which window? The upstairs one?
Do you know this one here?
With the one that's got 2 body panes?
There's 3 body panes.
Yeah.
There's something walked past that.
Well, that doesn't surprise me, that, because you know what happened up there, don't you?
I have no idea about that. What them rooms?
That's servants' quarters. Well, it was servants' quarters.
Yeah.
And that's the room that when Most Haunted did it, Derek O'Corey picked up an angry man stamping up and down, slamming doors.
Something, a light, went from that far.
Yeah.
Across the, and when I went, oh my God, I don't believe what I've just seen, and I shouted you.
Yeah.
They came up watching.
Ah, right. It's where Rose Fletcher, the maid, got pushed down the stairs, that corridor.
Thought, is it me with the torch? But as you can see, there's nothing.
No.
But it walked from that
Might have been an orb.
It was a light. It was a
I
light.
don't want to talk.
That went across.
It might have been an orb. Because that room that's got the 3-boarded panels, that's where they have all the activity. That's the room where the builders. We'll have a walk up actually. I'll tell you this bit story. I think we told you before in the other episodes, but people who haven't watched the Smithills ones, we'll tell it again. That room up there, there's green lighting on either side of it. What?
That was just.
Yeah, that room up there. So what happened with that room is Rose Fletcher, the maid, fell down the stairs to her death, and they don't know whether she was pushed or whether she just tripped on her skirts. But an angry man stamps up and down and slams doors, and so many times they've had builders and workmen in trying to do the electrics and the plumbing, and every time they keep doing runners because the doors are slamming and beater banging. Quite a lot, you know, it happens. So when we go in for the overnight, we'll be able to actually go up there because you can go around the entire hall.
There's many others.
Oh, there's lots of ghosts here. There's layers upon layers of ghosts.
What?
There's layers of ghosts in this place.
I'm actually stunned.
But it is that you know how active this hall is, Andy. You know how active this hall is.
Do you know what I hate is? People watch it and go, yeah, you made that up. Why would I do that?
No, you wouldn't. There's no point in us doing it to make it up.
As soon as I got it, go from that. It was a light. Now I can't say whether it was person or not. And I watched here and I thought, was it a light flashing off? But if it was a light flashing off, it would flash the whole room.
Yeah, it
wouldn't go from
must
one
have been
window to another.
Spirit light and orb then, but it's very, very active up there. That's where, do you remember the most haunted were? Oh, I better put the candle there then, innit?
Yeah,
just start walking off.
I don't believe that. All right.
Yeah, well that's probably what it was.
Yeah.
It's probably an orb of some sort. Alright.
I don't believe it. I'll just literally.
Somebody walking dogs.
Virgin.
Yeah, so, but it's got layers of ghosts, this place. They go back to the 1200s. The first ghosts were the monks, you know, of the old chapel, and then it goes to George Marsh in the 1500s. Then there's 2 ladies in the bower room.
I'm actually trying to debunk it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
That I can explain. My body is close by.
We've had that a couple of times, haven't we? But I think that might be somebody's ashes, because did we get ashes before?
Yeah.
I think somebody's ashes have been sprinkled here. But no, it doesn't surprise me that you've seen something up there, to be fair, because that is so active, that room.
All is well.
Yeah, it's just the ghosts going about the business. I think it's just, I know it makes you jump, you know, and it can freak you out when you're not expecting it, but to be honest, this place, it's a paranormal hotspot. It's in the top 10 of England's most haunted properties.
Always.
I know you can't get over it. I can tell by your reaction that you can't.
Say that's the first time I've ever seen anything like here.
Yeah.
I've never seen in all the time. Can you see us?
Yeah, we did see you.
Yeah, I did see you.
Yes, we did see you. And we'd like to see you again if you can make that possible.
As soon as I saw it, it came up on there.
4 lights.
Watching 4 lights.
4 lights. So you did see it. Have we got 4 torches on here?
No,
Probably we have now.
4 lights.
So it must have been a spirit light you saw going across. Was it inside the windows or was it outside?
Angel hierarchy.
Angel hierarchy.
No, I've lost me now.
Angel hierarchy.
Getting a bit. It's the celestial beings. We were going to do an interview on celestial beings, weren't we?
Are these
Separately.
like certain people we've been working with?
Yeah, possibly.
Some people would call them angels.
Yeah, well, the dark angels, aren't they? They are angels, but they're just dark ones.
Somebody's gripped me bottom of me. Do you know? Somebody's playing with me.
Yeah,
Do you know, like
maybe.
Somebody just gripped me like that.
Yeah.
Oh, you're messing with me tonight.
Well, they can get playful spirits, you know. This is what I mean. You can have a laugh with them and everything. They can just be the same as they were in life.
There's no explanation for that.
No, I know. I could tell by the way you're going on about it.
I know what I saw, and it wasn't like a flash of light. It was a bright
But do you know
light
something?
across.
It waited till you were on your own. Because we went for a walk. I took the guys went for a walk down the bottom end to show them the coaching house, and
I shouted you.
Yeah.
And you obviously were up there, and I'd seen you.
No, I didn't.
No, I didn't.
no, you didn't. What?
I did shout her. I did shout her, and she was up there.
Yeah, I was showing everyone the
See the light.
entrance to the coaching house of what it used to be like, but we can't go in there now because it's all private and
But as
stuff.
soon as I said it, it said watching you, and I thought you're watching me from the window.
But it waited until you were on your own to do that, didn't it? So you were meant to see that, because perhaps you've been a bit sceptical about this place. See, I've grown up with this place. This place has been on my doorstep for 50 odd years now, so it's my second home.
Evelyn who walked past the window.
You know, this is what I was weaned on paranormal here with my dad, so this is like a second home to me. It doesn't surprise me in the slightest if you get stuff here.
I'm not sceptical about things. I mean, I know there's stuff there. I've seen enough, and I've heard enough, and I've ticked things. I think because we're doing this,
Yeah. The EMF meter's just flashing then.
I try to debunk stuff
Yeah.
for sort of viewers,
Yeah.
so people know that we're not
Yeah.
faking stuff.
Well, you know, when we go
Do
inside,
you know what I mean? Yeah.
we'll see if we can go up to that room. If it's safe enough, they'll let us go up there. Depends if they're having work done or not. But the workmen kept doing a runner, because I met one of them workmen that did a runner.
Yeah. I just feel as though when I've been here, I've had more stuff happen outside than inside.
Yeah, well,
But then again, I suppose that's
Andy, who I support to, who
Okay.
to cut a long story short,
I can't just turn them on.
I work in a pizza factory during the week, so one of the guys from the bakery, Andy, he's called, he used to be an electrician, and he was working in that hall, trying to repair the electrics and get it made ready so they could let visitors in. And him and a team of others, they were working here for a few weeks, and they didn't really believe in ghosts. They'd never had a sighting, and they were a bit half on the fence about it. And then they left all the tools, gone for the lunch, and when they come back, they heard this almighty racket, and when they went up the stairs, all the tools had been thrown, and they were the only people in there. There was no one else, so that freaked them all out, and they legged it. And since then, they've struggled to get people to stay, you know, to continue the building work and the renovation work. So it's a shame, really, because it is a big museum, and it's hoping throughout the week for people to look round, and they're desperately trying to complete it so you can see the whole of it. But these kinds of situations are freaking people out, and they're doing runners, and it's not getting completed. But we are going to be going in and doing an overnight investigation in March next year, so we're going to try and get up there and see if we can find out what's going on.
Awesome. I know I'm asking a lot. But Madam.
Yeah, but it might be one of the ladies from the hall.
Is this Madam?
And don't forget, you've had all the, you know, Downton Abbey, where you've got Mrs. Patmore and all the servants. You would have had a whole team of servants here like that as well, besides the people who lived here.
Madam Ainsworth.
Yeah, there was.
Is that what
Well, there been several, weren't there? Depending on what era.
Mistake.
That might be Lady Ainsworth, because she couldn't stand Colonel Ainsworth. They had separate bedrooms, everything was separate with them. Even separate doors to the hall. He had a door around here, that one that's bricked up now, and she had one around the back.
Well, Lady Ainsworth, from what I've known and experiences we've had here, I can understand why you had separate rooms from her.
She seems an okay lady, but he was a bit. He was a bit of a cantankerous old git by all accounts.
Yeah, quite an aggressive man. From what we know, but yeah, I think whoever it was who made the presence known.
That was awesome. So hopefully, when we come back in March and do the inside overnight investigation, we'll see if we can get up to that room and see if we can witness some of this poltergeist activity that's been going on for literally years and years, 20 odd years now. And they still haven't completed it because They just can't get the workmen to finish the job. It's like someone's trying to stop them from renovating it.
I think sometimes when we've been in there, I think you do an overnight. It depends on the people you've got with you.
Yeah, it does, because there's going to be other people that night. They only open it on certain nights, and then you can go in.
And I think if we're on our own, we've got the energy to do it.
Yeah.
It's that. It's like when we were at the ancient ram, the group that were there. Jesus. I'm not even going there with that.
We're going to have to wind it up soon because we've done 45 minutes now.
Yeah. Well, I think it's the energy of the people who you're with.
Yeah.
Can build up that energy, and if you've a lot of people who are there just for a laugh, you're not going to get much going on because it's there.
Well, we'll say our good night and then.
Well, that's been.
So we'll see you very soon.
That's been really good. I've enjoyed that.
And this place, you can break it into sections, and do a bit every time. And it's on the doorstep to where we live. That's why we've come here tonight, because last night we were on the tops in the snow. So tonight we thought we'd stay pretty local. But we're going to be coming inside the hall in March next year for an overnight.
And that's going to be
good.
And
we'll just follow through, won't we, on what we've already picked up out here.
And we'll just see how it goes.
Yeah, so thanks for watching, and thanks for subscribing, and thanks to our USA viewers, and thanks to everyone we know. Love you all. See you soon. Bye.
Bye.